So good morning, everyone. It's great to have you here on the call with us this morning. And Mark, you're co-host. Wonderful. And the first thing I'm going to do is just kind of turn it over to Mark because he's got a great sort of an overview of where we are, where we've come from, and also kind of a great announcement for us going into the month of June. And then I've got some great people lined up for you this morning to give you some tools, tips, and techniques to help you to go build your business. Mark, over to you, buddy.
Hey, good morning, Jeff. How you doing?
Good morning. I'm doing great.
Can you enable my screen sharing, please, Jeff?
Yes, I can. Yes, I will. My
That's
apologies.
all right. I just want to say, well, congratulations, everyone, on an awesome month end. I mean, wow. We'll get to the specific numbers shortly, but you guys smashed it. Totally smashed it. And at all levels. I mean, Jeff, I think you posted out on the WhatsApp this morning. Guess how many promotions we had? I think that's probably the place to start, even if I can't share my screen yet. Oh, I can share it now. Awesome.
Can you share now?
Yes, I can. Thank you very much.
Good. You're welcome. Thank you.
So, yeah, first and foremost, good morning. So I wanted to give you an update, a bit of how the month of May has gone. But before we do that, I just want to go through the next slide where, Jeff sent out that slide this morning on how many promotions did we have. Well, look at this, guys. 93 team leader promotions. I mean, when Jeff and I found out this morning, Jeff actually, when I was on the phone with him, he just went quiet, and that's never like Jeff. He's always talking. But it was just like, wow, because we were talking at the weekend trying to guess what it was going to be. Well, I don't know, maybe 60, 65, but 93 team leader promotions. Congratulations, that's awesome. Then senior team leader promotions, there were 12. Group leader promotions, there were 6. EVP promotions, there were 1. And just to clarify with everyone, they were the promotions that took place in May. I'm not saying these are all the people that got promoted based upon their production in May, but they're all the promotions that happened in the month of May. Okay, next up. We paid bonuses company-wide to 41 people in the month of May, to 16 EVPs and to 2 SVPs, which is like, wow, look at that. Everyone's getting furloughed. There's lots of problems out there in the world, but we are actually paying lots of people bonuses, which is such exciting news. Then I want to recognize the top 5 recruiters in the month of May, and at the representative level. I mean, I'm not going to read every single one of yours, and you can see there's 6 on this slide. Yes, I can count, and I did put the top 5, but it was joint 5th place. So yeah, congratulations to Sarah Olaleya as number 1, and congratulations to all of you on that list. I mean, Sarah, if you would have been an EVP, you would have had the solid base shop that month with 16 recruits. So, and actually everyone on there, I mean, the 10 by 10, I'm guessing they're all going for 10 by 10 because that's the minimum for EVP. So congratulations, guys, brilliant. And then in terms of the submitteds at the rep level, number 1 was Nigel Davidson, £13,032. Wow, that's awesome. Never seen anything like it. 13,000 written by a rep in a month. That's brilliant. And even if you look at 5th place, in Milan down in 5th place, still £8,141. That's brilliant. And guys, the numbers you're putting in at this level, you guys are just on track to be EVPs. Next up, May team leader recruiting. So wow, 1st place, Milan Sharing, 33 recruits. That's awesome. I mean, you'd be if you were an EVP, you'd be sitting right between Frankie Garudo and Arvin Burgos, Milan. Those numbers are just amazing. 33 recruits. I mean, even in 5th place, you're still, or joint 4th place, still 12 recruits. All of these people here would all have solid base shops if they were EVP. Next up, the May team leader submitted business. So Doris Meleque, sorry if I pronounced that wrong, your annual premium, 12,369. Brilliant. And all the way down there, so there's the top 5 there. Obviously, there's way more of you doing really good stuff, but we can only, based on this show, we can only recognize the top 5 on here. But congratulations, all of you. Some really, really good numbers. And again, I'm guessing most of you are going for the 10 by 10 EVP promotion, looking at those numbers. Next up, the senior team leaders, top 5. Prasan Ray, 36 recruits. Wow. Actually, looking at the top 3, they've all got the same surname, Ray. So I'm guessing they're all Nepalese. So congratulations. And then Jane over in John Flynn, I think, and works with Roger Davis. Esther in Steve O's. Congratulations. But brilliant, brilliant numbers. I mean, just that number 5 has done 15 recruits as senior team leaders. That's just amazing. Then we're looking at the submitted numbers for the senior team leaders. Alexander Holdsworth up in Liverpool, congratulations, almost £16,000 in premium. And even you go down to the bottom of that list, I mean, still, guys, you guys are all on track for EVP. It's awesome. Actually, I know a bunch of you on there pre-qualified or even qualified for EVP, so congratulations there. Go looking at the group leaders, look at this guy, Bim Lawati, 45 recruits as a group leader. That's awesome. I mean, you'd be in the top, probably within the top 10 EVPs with those kind of numbers. And even down in 5th place, Ewa, 27 recruits. That's awesome. I mean, brilliant, brilliant numbers. Then top 5 is submitted as group leader. So Gloria Agudelo Mejia. Sorry for the bad pronunciation. I know you've already
You're doing good, Mark. I'm proud of you, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, Gloria's already pre-qualified for EVP a few months ago, but she's still, as a group leader, putting it in. And I think Gloria's under Frank, so congratulations to you, 24,178. And all of those people on that list, awesome numbers. Now we get to the big boys. So the EVPs, and girls, sorry, I should say. And I just want to do special congratulations to Milan and Nabina Ray. 66 recruit is a new company record. No one has ever done that before. Steve J held the previous record. I think it was either 62 or 63 recruits, but congratulations, 66. But when you're looking at the top 5 and they're all above 50, and even actually you look at the top 10, most of these guys are in the 50s. So guys, to be a top EVP now, you really got to go compete. There's some amazing numbers there. And then looking at the top submitted by EVP, number 1, Roger Davies up in Liverpool, just shy of 48,000. That's amazing. And again, top 5, all of you guys are way over £30,000 submitted. The guys have done awesome. So now I just want to talk a bit more about how the company's doing, where we're at. So as a company in May, we finished on 969 recruits, which is so close to 1,000, so close. But guys, I know some people were like, "Oh man, we didn't hit 1,000." And there was some chat at the with the EVPs between midnight and 1 in the morning, and some of the guys really had their heads down and were disappointed. But the record previously was 729 recruits, so we went and smashed that by 240 recruits. So we broke that record. It is incredible. And the other thing that's even more incredible, Jeff, is if you look back in the month of April, where we set the record of 729, that was based on 5 weeks. Well, May was only based on 4 weeks. So there's some real momentum going into here. And then submitted, we broke the record as well, 704,169. Previous record, 599, which is amazing. And activated, we were just shy of the record, but we know that's a byproduct of the coronavirus because the nurses and things can't get out there. And then just one statement here, June could be the month that we go and hit 1,000 IBAs. If every EVP would have just got one more recruit, we would have hit 1,000 in May. So guys, we got to average 35 IBAs a day in May. If we just up that to 36 IBAs a day, we're going to go smash 1,000 recruits. It's going to be like the 4-minute mile, and then it's just going to be everyone's going to go smash that from this point forward. So, Jeff, I want to pass back over to you.
Great. Thank you, Mark. Great update. And EVPs will send out all those slides to you. And Mark, if you can get those to Isabel, then she can also get them put on to the Facebook, Genistar Facebook page. If you're not on that, ask your EVP how to get on that, because we're starting to post more and more things on there, and it seems like things kind of get lost with the WhatsApp groups. You know, there's so much material that's on there. By the way, guys, I love being on all of your WhatsApp groups. I think I'm on like 38 different groups. You know, I don't comment all the time, but it's just so exciting to see so much activity going on. And I would encourage you guys, if you don't have some form of communication. It doesn't have to be WhatsApp. It can be Facebook or, some, whatever it is, but I think it's just great. And I'm so proud of all of the teams that are really building, and just, listen, guys, everybody has a little bit of their own style. Okay. Yes, we have a system and you need to follow it and be legal and compliant and all that. But, we don't want to stunt your personality either. And I think that's the beauty of Genistar's, you're in business, for yourself, but not by yourself. And so we got some incredible things happening. Again, 93 team leaders. Guys, I want to tell you that there's going to come a day when we actually produce 93 EVPs in a month. Now, I know you probably go, well, Jeff, that's a little crazy because right now we've only got 67. In fact, congratulations to new EVP Sabina. Sabina, I don't know, you weren't expecting this, but you can actually come on. We made you a panelist this morning. Can we see your face and can you unmute yourself?
Hello, Jeff. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I can't see you. There you go. I can
Hello,
see
Jeff.
you now. How are you, Sabina?
I'm very good, thank you.
Good. Congratulations. I know that you had already qualified for EVP a few months ago. You kind of took a few months to get full-time and get some other things in place. But how are you feeling about now all of a sudden joining? It's not the end of the journey. It's the beginning of the journey. And here you are as our newest baby, our newest EVP.
Thank you, Jeff. So I pre-qualified in last year. I did 10 by 10, like 2 runs, but for some reason I didn't do enough of the figures. But then this year we did it again in January and February as a team, and I pre-qualified and I had to serve my notice. And as from last week, I'm full-time with Genistar. It's really exciting for me. I'm so happy to have reached here. And by doing all the EVP induction and training, I realized that it's now we're getting started. What we've seen before EVP is just bits and pieces. It's just started. So I've now changed my mindset completely. I'm reading lots of books like Building a Super Hierarchy and some of the books. I've been inspired by so many great things that everyone's doing. So I'm now building. Yeah. Thank you.
That's great. Sabina, what was your full-time job that you just left?
So I was working as business analyst in IT, managing for different companies.
Yeah. And you've been with Genistar how long now?
4 years. That was March 2016.
Yeah. Well, again, I just want you to know I'm just so proud of you. And of course, Barbara Anderson, you're promoting EVP, is such a great leader. And soon to be SVP. And again, I want to encourage you now. I'll never forget this. Art Williams, here's what he used to tell us as new EVPs. He said, remember, this is your first year out. And obviously you're only going to have one shot at having your first year and sort of establishing a legacy. And that means coming out strong, and not thinking, oh, wow, I've arrived, I'm an EVP. No, that just gives you the 100% contract. And now you've really got an opportunity to go and build your franchise. It's almost a little bit like, sort of think of like it's almost like a Subway, sandwich shop. And so getting to own your own franchise, you've simply been making sandwiches and salads and learning how to mop the floor and do all the other stuff on your way to EVP. Now you've got your own franchise, and now you've got the same exact opportunity as what Barbara Anderson or any other EVP in the company. So again, Sabina, welcome aboard. And, we're just so proud to have you on the team. You've just really built such a great, business. Now after management exchange, now you can go on and do some great things. So really proud of you.
Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, Jeff.
You're welcome. Thank you, Sabina. So I'll tell you what I'd actually like to do. I'd like to lead that into Danya Nar. Are you with us, please?
Hi, Jeff.
Hello, Danya. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. And yourself?
Good. Danya, I got to tell you, I am just so proud of you. I mean, you just went EVP. Was it in March?
Yes, it was. Yes.
In March. Okay. So you come out in March, you know, April, May, and all of a sudden in April you had, was it, and I don't have the number here, but how many recruits did you have in your base shop in April?
I think it was 24, 25.
24, and now you've went to 44, and I know that you were shooting for 50 and you were a little bit, I love the fact that people are disappointed because I only hit 44 recruits in my base shop, but here you are, a brand new EVP, and I think that this is the reason I wanted to bring you on next, is because this really ties into the message, because I think that, you caught it. You said, okay, great, I'm going to get to EVP. And I saw the post that you put on about with last year with Randy Godfrey and me and some of the other leaders, where we got to meet with you at the convention, which is 1 year ago. And I believe at that time, weren't you like a new rep at that time?
Yeah, I think I was at team leader level, and I ran because I wanted to win that competition actually, and I tried to get 10 by 10.
Yeah.
And I just missed it. I was so disappointed. It was on my vision board. And then Caroline was like, oh, my partner can't turn up. Will you come with me? And I was like, yeah, I'll come. And
Yeah.
it was just, life-changing always to
Yeah.
just meet the greats, so to speak.
And guys, listen, I did not have this plan to say this, but it's interesting that Danya just mentioned the person that sponsored her in the business that brought her in. That person is no longer here. Now listen, we didn't fall out or anything else, but guys, I'll never forget a meeting once that Art Williams did where there was 300 of us, 300 vice presidents. It was back when the company was, obviously we're excited to get to that level, but it was still small and compared to what they are today. And Art said, would all the people please stand up if your personal sponsor, the person that brought you in the business, is still with A.L. Williams? 20 people out of 300 people stood up. So guys, you got to realize that normally it's going to be, you're going to recruit someone who will recruit someone who will recruit someone who will lead you to the winner. I can't explain why it works that way. It just is, and everybody has the same opportunity. But Danya, you ended up number 8 last month, second month out as a vice president, 44 recruits. Tell us, Danya, what you're doing, because I want this Monday leaders meeting, I want this to be an encouragement, because it's not about everybody going and hitting 44 recruits. If we did that, we'd be doing 3,000 recruits a month. But it's about people just doing better, raising their level, and you've come out strong. What is it that you think that you're doing right now to build the Lions to really into what's becoming one of the top base shops? And this is your first year, and you are building an incredible legacy.
Thank you so much, Jeff. I'm always very cautious. I don't ever want to be like that boxer who said, this is what I'm doing. And then next month you're like, okay, Donnie, what happened? So I can just talk about what I've learned this month. I mean, the Lions, we call ourselves the protector of families, are just an amazing group of people. I think everyone is quite driven, ambitious. They want to actually win for themselves, and I think that's really important. And we work together as a team. I think fundamentally, Jeff, I'm learning from the greats. I don't feel like I'm here because I've got some magic structure or portion or something. I'm just following the system. I remember when I first started, just before I became an EVP, or around when I became an EVP, I called up Barrett and I said, Barrett, I become an EVP because you told me to do go-getter every single month. And I'm like, and then he spent about an hour on the phone with me. And I said, can you come on tomorrow, my call? And would you be willing to talk about for 15 minutes? And he came on the next day. And what was really great to see the support, I really feel I'm going forward because of the support system in Genistar. He came on the day after John Flynn had passed away. And I was just deeply touched that he still decided to come on, and he came on for 15, he talked for an hour. I've got people like Steve Jenkins who always say, Donia, you haven't reached. you know, it's just the beginning. And I think I'm really blessed. You know, I give God thanks to have that support system, because I think Steve has always, he taught me something. I think Steve has always, you know, I've always, like, if I question the numbers, Steve will be like, the numbers don't lie. And he's very much like an army commander. The numbers don't lie. But then what Steve also, he's quite soft in the sense that he will then say, you know, if I mess up, and he's always allowed me to fail forward. And if I mess up, Steve will be like, it's okay, almost like it doesn't matter. And I've just really continued with that in the team. So everything that I've learned, everything I hear from Daryl, everything I hear from Bevan, and I could call all the names, you know, Barbara, I just take the best of those and just implement them. And like you say, it's just really putting my personality on it. And my personality is I care about people. So I'll say to the team, the recruits that come in, they're not just numbers to get your promotion. Can we
That's
work
right.
with them, see what their CCMPs are, see what they want to achieve, and then work with them to get to that next level. And a lot of people want to run for their 10 by 10 team leaders. And I think just having, like I said, the support system is the greatest thing for me. You know, there was a, Bevin rang me once and he's like, okay. And I said, what do you think I should do, Bevin? And he just said, this is what I think you should do. And again, I followed, it's a different EVP from my EVP, but he was willing to actually give me the time. So I think the support system is great. And the Team Lions are just amazing. I think they trust me. And we trust each other. So we're at the point of vulnerability, and they are really gracious to know that I'm new, so I'll mess up. So they allow me to get things wrong. And when they get fed up of me, they call Maggie. And Maggie, you're just absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. So I think it's just following the system, trusting the system, and following the system. And just lastly, Jeff, I remember, I always tell this story. I remember when I first came in, I wasn't interested in really growing a team. I mean, I had people who joined because I asked them and they joined, but then I came up to you and Steve would be like, recruit this amount of people. And I'd be like, no, why? I don't understand. And I came up to you and I go, Jeff, why is this company all about recruiting, recruiting, recruiting? And I can never remember how, you know, never forget how awesome you were. You just looked at me. You didn't treat me like I was stupid or anything. You just went down and you explained the system. And I just think that's how people are in this company. They just, if you're not sure, they explain, they support you, and they do all that they can to get you to the next level. So I just want to
That's
encourage
great.
Team Lions and encourage everyone in this company. It's a great company to be a part of. Thank you.
That's great. You know, Danya, we have, by the way, next week, I have a treat for you. We have Gareth Morgan coming on with us. And if you've not read his book called The Winning Conversation, now I got to tell you, it's like a PhD type, you know, thing. But Gareth talks about openness and communication with people and vulnerability. And I really do believe that one of the things that you've got going for you, because again, I'm on your WhatsApp group and you've had me on, you know, on a conference call, and we have been chatting a couple of times over the last couple of months. And one of the things that I have observed about you is that you're very open with your people. You've got great conversation going on. If you mess up, you put up your hands, you go, hey, you know, sorry about that, guys, I'll fix it. And I think that, you know, ultimately, people respect you for that, okay? You know, people trying to cover up a mistake. Hey, listen, guys, the fact is, we're all human. We all mess up. And I think that out in the corporate world and in the world in general, you know, people tend to you know, when people mess up, they tend to kind of go, crucify him, crucify him. I mean, you know, so guys, one of the things that I love about Genistar is that we do have that spirit here that, listen, if you mess up, we're going to take you aside, coach you, put you back on the right track. And if you mess up again, we'll take you aside, put you on the right track. And then we'll say, listen, especially if it's compliance or something like that, we're going to say, listen, if you do this again, then you probably need to go find another, you know, another opportunity, because probably Genistar is not for you if you can't do it the right way. And what I love about it, guys, is honestly, it really is all about your heart. And if I was to describe one thing, Donnie, in my opinion, one of the reasons that you're doing so well, you're a hard worker, you follow the system, you're staying plugged in with your upline. By the way, you and your team have taken advantage of this 53 guests on the business overviews for the coaching. And I'm going to have all the EVPs. I want you to send those in to Isabel over the next week or so, and then we're going to get a schedule where we're going to start doing that coaching with Rabbi Lappin and Randy Godfrey and, you know, Joe Ward and some other, you know, Gareth and some other great people. And by the way, guys, we will record those. So you're not going to get to ask them questions yourselves unless you qualified for it, but at least you'll be able to get in on the teaching, and we'll on our new website. Again, you're going to love the library that we have on there for resources. But again, Danya, I'm just so proud of you.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Always keep that teachable attitude. I know that you're focused on helping your people win. And again, congratulations on this. I know that you were a little hesitant on coming on because you're like, you know, Jeff, I'm just getting started. But that was the reason I wanted to have you on, is because I want this to be an encouragement to all the new people that, hey, guys, getting to EVP is achievable. But when you get there, don't think that you've arrived. That really is just the beginning. And I think that you've done a great job at realizing that now you've got the franchise, and now it really is up to you what you want to do with it.
Thank you so
Proud
much,
of you,
Jeff.
Danya.
Thank you.
Great. Frank Egarudu, are you with us?
Hey,
Good morning, Frank. You're looking good, man. You are looking slim and trim, and I tell you, you look like you're in fighting shape, buddy. Hey, Frank, I loved being on the call with you on Saturday with you and your team, Phoenix. And I just got to say, you know, I still got your numbers here in front of me. And, you know, here, Joy Croft did 5 personal recruits, 7,248, a personal premium, became a go-getter, produced 2 team leaders, and qualified for group leader. Olivia, and the reason why I mentioned these 2 people is Olivia did 4 personal recruits, 5,466 a personal premium, did go-getter, produced 2 team leaders, qualified for group leader, and did her first month of 10 by 10. I mean, and again, see, what I'm trying to do here today, guys, is to bring you some people that are not the normals. You know, I could have called, you know, Barat and Steve Jenkins and Steve Obridge and Daryl Harper came, Bevan Wint, but I've had them on a lot in the past. I wanted to bring people on that are either new or have really raised their game. And Frank, one of the things I'm so proud of you about is you've been like this stealth that just continues to go like this. And the leadership that you're showing is incredible. It really is. And just wanted you to share, you know, what it is that you're doing. And you also, you gave an example on Saturday. I had to mute myself because I was laughing so hard. And I loved your analogy. So Frank, what is it that you're doing? And again, congratulations on all your success. Again, you know, you just, you know, 35 recruits last month, and, you know, and you broke your record. You did 34 point something. So I'm just going to call it 35 recruits by 38,500. That used to be the top base shop. And you broke your record from the prior month. What is it that you're doing?
Yeah, thank you, Jeff. Good morning, and good morning, everybody. Well, first of all, and listen, hey, this is kind of like a cliche, and you hear people say this, but honestly, for everyone listening, as EVPs, we genuinely mean this when we really just want to applaud our team. You know, you've mentioned our numbers. I remember when Randy Godfrey came over, Randy Godfrey said, you know, when I step forward, my team steps forward. And that's all it is. What you're mentioning just really points to the efforts of the Phoenix Spaceship. It's just a fantastic group of coachable people, people that want to win. And really, for the most part, I'm really just the conductor. You know, I'm the support act. You know, and they are the stars, really. So yeah, we're just getting focused. And you mentioned yeah, what we discussed on our team meeting, and I started by really congratulating my team on a good month. But then we sort of got down to some analysis and breaking down the numbers, and I said that, you know, if we're honest, that's all we've had. We've had a good month, but it wasn't really a great month. And we spoke about going from good to great. And the previous month we did, 30 something recruits, and then last month we did 34 recruits. But that really we should, our growth, could have and should have been bigger than that. And I think if you look at, for example, there's really a handful of EVPs that had a great month. Bharat went from 15 to 61 recruits. That's like, a good trebling or so. Milan kind of doubled his numbers. Brenda was approaching doubling her numbers, as was Donia. And I think I'm really excited that if all of the teams take a cue from that and see that it's possible to double and even treble our numbers, then my goodness, forget 1,000. We could be approaching 3,000 recruits for the month. So
absolutely.
So really, I mean, if I was just to kind of summarize the focus that we're implementing in our team, it's really getting back to basics on the power of three. Helping everybody to get three team members on their team, really making that a culture in the team. And referring to what you mentioned, I said to the team, it's kind of like, growing up, when the football season came around, they used to produce a sticker book, and we used to go to the newsagents and buy packs of stickers, and kind of, we were intrigued to find what player was in them. We'd stick them in our book, and then we'd kind of put our book away. And I said, well, this isn't that. It's not about collecting stickers. It's not about collecting marbles. I also said, this is not Pokemon. It's not about all of the pocket monsters you can collect. Once you get the recruits, we've actually got to do something with them. And that is really to help them to get recruits. So it's in short, just making the power of three that get three, a culture in our team.
That's great. Yeah, what I loved what you said, Frank, was, you talked to the team and said, hey, listen, guys, we did over 30 last month. And if we were really doing our job, we should have had 30 team leaders, which would be 90 recruits. And so what I loved about it is, you gave everybody praise. You talked about, we're doing good, but let's not think that good is great. In fact, that was your presentation, how to go from good to great. And then you talked about taking these 34, 35 people and let's go be a base shop that goes and hits this 100 recruits in a month, which nobody in Genistar, guys, has ever done. And I've put on the table, okay, to any base shop, I said I'd do it till the end of June, so this is the month, any base shop that does 100, that I'd throw a party for you. I'll pay for it, okay? Put up 2,500 pounds and we'll go have a party, not for the people that didn't do anything, but obviously for all the people that contributed. And we'll do that once social distancing is not as tight as it is. But Frank, so proud of you. Thank you for being such an inspiration to the company. And I'm not sure if anybody has ever broken your personal, recruiting record in the first year. You did 51 personal recruits. But what I think is amazing now is that your base shop is exploding. You're producing leaders. You got EVPs getting ready to come out. And again, soon to be SVP. So congratulations. So proud of you.
Thank you, Jeff.
Brenda Drummond. Brenda, good morning.
Morning, Jeff. How you doing?
I'm doing great, Brenda. I got to tell you, you are like one of these stealth people, and you're just so. I tell you who your personality reminds me of is Margot, is my wife. You're just so quiet. You're so sweet. I'm sure you can have your moments like all of us, okay? But man, just watching your numbers, Brenda, I mean, you were struggling to do 5 by 5. And I know that we had several conversations about, I want to be somebody. I really want to get this thing going. And now all of a sudden, here you are, Brenda, 2 months in a row in the top 15. And last month, 25 recruits. Talk to us, Brenda, about what you're doing, because every single EVP can relate to being down at the bottom of the bulletin, and every one of them would love to be where you are right now. And you've got momentum going.
Yeah, well, thanks, Jeff. Thanks for inviting me onto the call. Yes, I might be one of those quiet EVPs, but you know, when I get going, we're Leos, so we do come out eventually. But I think I wanted to really just also just encourage people to say that, you know, progress might be slow, and you know, I've been an EVP now for 2 years. But Bevin's been mentioned already, but I'd also want to also say Sharon and Bevin, so Sharon Gordon and Bevin Wint, they've been my inspiration because they've kept me motivated as we actually, you know, build our base shops together. And I've been part of Bevin's journey for the 5 years that I've been in Genistar, because he was a senior team leader when I joined. So I've seen his journey. So I knew that if I stick at it, if I keep going, I will reach, you know, I will, you know, get somewhere. So he's been a great inspiration, and Sharon has. I've also taken coaching from my lovely SVP now, Daryl, and I've just really tried to put in place that coaching. And we've just continued and continued and continued. And you've just said something just a little while ago when you was talking to Donya, is that I had for the first time we've experienced that phrase, you're one recruit away from an explosion. And that person who's brought some great people into the business is actually life circumstances took her out of the game. And, you know, I just need to recognize that, you know, she had great potential, but she's brought some great people like Amaka Akafor that was on the list there. You know, Amaka's gone from team leader to senior team leader in 3 months that she's been here, and also people like Genistar. And they've galvanized the team because they've seen results, and we've been able to really just build on that. And also what Frank has said, that, you know, they're recruits, the numbers are the recruits, but they're people, and we have a responsibility to help them to progress. So I'm just so proud of the team that they've just really come together. We've worked to our strengths. You know, one of the things that I know made a difference is that I took taking back control of the recruiting side of things, in the sense that I now do all of the interviews following, you know, coaching. So I took back that control, and we've seen results. The belief of the team has now actually really just built up from there, and we've just gone from strength to strength. So I'm really proud of everybody, all that they've done. And I'm also proud of Miss Justina Ilochi. So she's now done her second 10 by 10 in all of this great lockdown period. So
that's great. You know, Brenda, I wrote down a few things as you were talking. You know, I'm sure that all of you have heard this saying, still waters run deep. And one of the things that I love about you, and I think you've got the right mix of a coach, in that you say, come travel with me, come travel double. And you took control of the recruiting process. People are traveling with you. And it's a little bit like having a child with training wheels, you know, and there comes a time where you have to take the training wheels off, but you got to know the right time, and you can take them off too early, or you can leave them on too long and stunt their growth to where, you know, all of a sudden they're 25 years old still with training wheels, or you can take it off too early and the kid ends up continuing to crash. And there is that gentle mix. And I really think that you are one of the best, what I'm seeing right now, you're one of the best of transferring your leadership skills over to them, not abdicating and going, you go do it. too soon, but you're raising up leaders and building this foundation, which actually going to find a 50 by 50 base shop is actually easier to run, because all of a sudden you're going to be able to delegate, and now you got 3 people, 4 people, 5 people doing what you're doing. So again, Brenda, I'm just so proud of you, and congratulations on hanging in there, not being a quitter when things were tough. And I this is not, you know, where you're going to stay. As we always say, you know, the best is yet to come. So congratulations, really proud of you.
Absolutely. Thanks, Jeff. And thanks also for the fact, I just want to say thank you for, you know, the fact is that we've gone online, and Zoom has just, you know, transformed our business as well, just been doing.
Oh, thank you, Brendan. We're not there yet as far as a 5-star, but I make a commitment to you guys that we're going to have not just the operational disciplines, but we're going to turn that into operational excellence. And it unfortunately, it takes a little bit of time to get there, but we've got some incredible things we're going to be rolling out here really in the next 30 to 45 days. At least I think it'll be 30 to 45 days. Okay. Mary Lou. Good morning, Mary Lou.
Good morning, Coach.
Good morning. Are you gonna, there you go. You're gonna, I tell all those number ones behind you. You are number one, girl.
It's a mystery.
Mary Lou, I am so proud of you. You've got great momentum going on. And tell us how you're doing it and what you're doing to really build your team. Again, I know that you're not in the top 15 yet, okay? But the reason I wanted to have you on is because I want this to be an encouragement to not just our Filipino leaders, but to all the leaders, because you were struggling to do 5 by 5 there for a while, and you were struggling whenever this whole lockdown happened to come to grips, but you leaned in and really took hold of the Zoom and learning everything, and you're just building a great team of leaders. Tell us what you're doing, Mary Lou.
Good morning, everyone. Let me go back, Coach, when I was not so coachable. When I promoted to an EVP, I traveled 6 countries in 1 year. And then 2018, I did the same thing, 4 countries. And Steve J told me, Mary Lou, stop traveling because you are not building any business. And 2019, 2019, my business was really, I could not do anything. I'm tired and frustrated because my momentum is really down. And I have 2 team, Annabelle and Carolina, traveling from Gloucester, coming to my place from London as well, treating me like I'm a hero. So I feel like I'm drowning, but I'm breathing because of my team. And that's the time. And then the trip from Gran Canaria, I missed that. Somebody sent me a postcard that you're supposed to be here, and it hurts because every year I'm in the trip. It hurts. And then that's why.
Who sent that postcard to you?
I don't know. From the office, I think.
Well, whoever it was, thank you.
It hurts. And then that's why.
It might have been me.
Maybe. That's why December, I decided to have one-to-one coach with Coach Gareth. So I said, I need help, and I have no choice but to do some activities because I have to report to him my daily activities. So 2020, January, February, I'm doing it, and it's still struggling. And then the lockdown made me still. I heard so many times, Mary Lou, stay where you are, build where you are, but I'm the person who loves going there, travel to Scotland, travel to Wales, travel to Nottingham, wherever. But I don't listen, stay where you are. And this lockdown, I have no choice but to stay and call the people. All the referrals I have from, I don't know when is it, I can't even remember who they are. And then Annabelle told me, call this person. I said, I did call her last year, but he said when he come back, which is Alan Sad. And then I called him. I said, okay. And he said, okay, we book an appointment. And he said, okay, I will pay my IBA. I said, okay, that's easy. And then from there, he said, Ati, can you interview this guy? Can you approve his IBA? And then it's like, wow. So it's like, for me, this is easy to call now. And then I struggle with this computer. I watch Arvin doing like annotate and sharing, and I write down, because I'm not the person who watch this one and learn. I want to see it like, I'm not like quick learner, sorry, but if I want to do it, I can do it. That's me. So I watch Arvin doing it, annotate, circle. I said, okay, I think I can do that. And then from there, I start sharing my presentation, and the team from Annabelle's side in Glasgow, called Marilu CC, said, can you invite this person? Can you interview? And they're joining. I said, okay. And from there, training one-to-one, and now Annabelle is like, interview this one, call this one, because from the team. And then what happened now is we call Gladys. Annabelle recruited Gladys 2017. She stopped. And then Gladys from Lister recruited Angelina. She stopped. And then Angelina referred them from Scotland. We have Imelda. We have Annabelle Tan. And then Marilu Cici. Marilu Cici, like now is like, wow.
You're recruiting more people in Scotland than ever, and you're not having to travel there and save all that money and time and wear and tear on your body.
Yes.
That's amazing, Marilu.
So now the momentum is there. Carolina, I have no problem. Carolina's downline. She already promoted. Rosalie Papsi submitted. I don't need to train her. So now where Marilu Cici recruited one in Nottingham, Henry, and I'm concentrating Henry, 4 of them to promoted to team leader. So
that's great.
We're busy.
Marilu, would you agree with this statement that actually the lockdown, because of this, has actually allowed you to expand your business further and more solid than ever, because you're able to actually do it from home, and you don't have to be out there on the road? Would you agree with that? That now you're able to expand even more?
Yes, I do. I'm sorry for
That's
the
great.
coronavirus affected, but
That's great.
it's great.
Yeah.
For me. Yeah.
Marilu, I want to thank you also for being brave and accepting Steve Jenkins and my invitation to coming on to the daily business overview. I know that Steve, you did such a good job. I think Steve used you for 2 weeks in a row. And, you and I spoke, and you said, Coach, I'm so scared, but I got to tell you, I heard this years ago, fear knocked at the door, and I opened it and no one was there. And to see you grow as a leader in that area, I'm just so proud of you. And we're going to take that video now. I'm going to have Link take that video, and we're going to, guys, we're building a whole new website. And I want every EVP that's doing 10 by 10. By the way, guys, if you're not doing it, let's get you on the right track. And we want to get that story online, okay, for people to be able to view. It's going to become a recruiting video. So make sure if you're doing 10 by 10 that you get a hold of Steve Jenkins. And all we need you for is just one time. Guys, I committed for the last 6 weeks to be on every single day. Steve J has been doing it every single day, and Arvin too, and I've only had like a 7-minute slot. And I'd like to announce today that, guys, as long as we have over 100 a day, I'm on there, okay? I know I said I was only gonna do it for another week. I'm on there for the rest of June. I'll be on there. Listen, if my story helps you to get people on and helps you to recruit people, guys, what better thing can I do? And again, Marilu, just so proud of you that, there were guys, everybody goes through tough times. And Mary Lou, I don't know if you ever went through this, but it would be easy right now for someone that's down to look for other faster, quicker, let's go get rich quick, you know, go buy gold or go buy Bitcoin or whatever else that they're promoting out there, whatever the current scheme is, you know. But guys, the thing about Genistar is that you can turn your business around. Okay. I didn't have Alan Palmer on here today because you got to hear Alan last month, but he still had an unbelievable month last month, you know, the month before, 54 recruits, and still ended up, you know, at 37 last month. Well, all of you would love to be able to do that. So again, Mary Lou, really, really proud of you. Bernice Sepinoso. Bernice, are you with us?
Hi, Jeff.
Hello, Bernice. How are you? By the
Hi.
way, ladies, I love the fact that through this, everybody's hair is growing longer. So, Bernice, I am so proud of you, dear. Again, I remember last year you went through a very tough time, you know, and had some real challenges.
Mm-hmm.
Both in the business and personal, and I think even health-wise, you know, if my memory is correct. But I'm just so proud of you. You're just one tough lady, and you've come back, and here you are now. Just, I mean, really, just you know, back on track and got great momentum. Would you mind sharing with the team what it is that you've done to do that?
Yes. Okay. So hi. Before that, thank you so much, Jeff, for having me here. And at the same time, good morning to all of you guys. So let me go back to where I started first. I joined Genistar 2016 as a part-time. I used to work as a nurse in NHS. And then I became full-time 2017. And then when I get promoted to executive vice president position. So the main thing here is what I really like about, I've been now 4 years here in the company, and then still love what I'm doing here in the company. So what I learned about here in Genistar is in Genistar, you need to become a good leader, but you need to become a good follower. In order for you to become a good leader, you need to become a good follower. Yeah, so what I learned here as well is at the same time, in order for you to achieve that goals and dreams, you need, and in order for you to help your team, you need to become a good, effective motivator. So that's what I did to my team as well. So I only focus on, as well, on focusing on team building. And then I normally communicate with my team effectively, because I believe that in order for you to motivate your team, you need to communicate with them. An open line communication, help them to become more productive, and then in order for them to have a good positive outcome as well in this business. So part of that one as well is I need to know the CCMPs, or the goals of on dreams as well of my team. I help them to strategize and plan as well in order for them to achieve that one. I normally encourage them and then stay focused and then have that kind of commitment so that they will be able to make that dreams into reality. So as well, I managed to learn as well how to build a strong relationship with my team in order for us to have a harmonious relationship, because in this business, because I truly believe that behind any business success lies a great team. So what made me strong is because now me and my team are focused on recruiting, at the same time building and then training them in order for them to get promoted. And at the same time, I'm very lucky because I managed to get a diverse team, not only focus on a Filipino community, which is that one as well helped me as well during the past few years with my promotion. But now I focus on different diverse team. So I'm really proud because I managed to motivate my old team member, she is really joined last 2018, but now due to this pandemic, I managed to focus on calling people, at the same time calling my previous list or my old referrals. And then that's why I managed to revive my colleague, which is Sis Hawa, and now she is part of the team. And then that's why she managed to have that kind of focus on achieving her 10 by 10 this month as well. And then I have one team as well from Slough, which is really never give up on achieving his goals and dreams to become an executive vice president. So when he told me that, Bernice, I'm ready to become an EVP, so I said, okay, let's work out on it, and then let's start it and get you promoted this coming June or July. So basically this lockdown as well help us, or help me to be more focused and then have that kind of discipline to do the doing more power hour at the same time, to help more business, or to help more team members to become more successful in this business.
That's great.
So yes, that's all.
Very good. Bernice, I don't know if you've gotten a hold of Steve yet to do your, if you would you be willing to, I'm kind of putting you on the spot here, but I mean, hearing your story, okay, because you've got all of us have a story, but I would love to get you on to the daily business overview. Steve Jenkins is committed to do it all the way up until the 1st of July. So we got slots for whatever it's going to be, another 15 or 18 people, but I'd love to get you on there to tell your story. And it might even be good if we maybe even just do there's so many good nuggets that are coming out today from you guys, like Power Hour and diversifying your market, not just being in one market, but again, I just want you to know that I'm just so proud to be in business with you. And I said this about Barbara Anderson last week, that if we ever go to war, I want you in the ditch right next to me, the foxhole, fighting with me, because you are just an incredible lady. And again, I'm just so proud of you and your leadership. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
That's great. Is Milan Ray with us? Milan.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Are you in New York City?
I'm in Orlando, sir.
Yes. Milan, I got to tell you, you just blew it out of the water. I know that most people are on mute right now, but honestly, in fact, I'm just going to stand up and just kind of go like this to you. Okay. 66 recruits. You broke Steve Jenkins' prior record of 62 recruits. And again, just wow, congratulations. You are just one focused guy. I know that Bharat is like a proud papa. And he just is so proud of you. And really, I mean, just representing all of the Nepalese. I did a call Saturday for the Flynn Stars, and we're going through all the numbers. I couldn't even read off all the numbers of the team leader names. Number one, the names were a little bit too difficult for me to pronounce. But secondly, there were just so many. And it's like popcorn. You got promotions in motion. And Milan, tell us what it is that you're doing to build, this momentum. And again, congratulations, such great leadership.
Sir, good morning, and good morning to everyone. And first of all, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you for your vision, and I'd like to say thank you to my upline Bharat Limbu and entire my team. And without your vision, without your support, and my team's effort and help, support, hard work, it wouldn't be possible. So thank you, everyone. As I've been saying, I'm not doing any different things. I'm doing the same thing. But after this pandemic, I'm trying to go back on the track. I'm trying to go back to the basic, back to the my fast track, and basically I'm doing like they just saying the people, life, and customer, they never give you any more than you ask for. So that means ask more. So that's for me. Call more people, reach more people. So basically I'm doing like smiling and dialing and keep dialing. And I'm offering my help to my team and individual. And like all of us, I've been like trying to resell our dreams and hopes to our old member. At the same time, I'm trying to show our opportunity to our new member. And I'm encouraging new people to our daily business overview. I'm, entire team, entire company is really grateful to Steve Jenkins, sir, and obviously yourself, sir. Thank you for this opportunity. And yeah, basically, it's, the bad news is time is flying, sir. And the good news is we're the pilot. So it's all about our choice, whether we make it memorable or miserable. So after this pandemic, as you know, I'm in the military full time. So, I'm having a bit more time. So I'm, I'm making a little bit more call, offering a little bit more help, and trying to make this time, memorable, not only for me, but also entire my team and entire company. And yeah, that's what I'm doing, sir.
Milan, last month, the G-Stars, that's Bharat's team name, the whole team recruited over 200 people. And what I think is so incredible is that, we have hierarchies last month, okay, that Steve Obridge, Daryl Harper, Arvin Burgos, Steve Jenkins, and Bharat, and certainly John Flynn's hierarchy, guys that are doing more business and recruiting than we did 3 years ago. And what I want to encourage you to do, because the number of leaders that you're going to be producing out of this recruiting surge is a year from now, it wouldn't surprise me if your hierarchy, not just Bharat's, but your hierarchy, okay, is doing as much business and as many recruits as what all of Genistar is doing right now. And so I just want to encourage you. And boy, guys, if you just took one thing away from what Milan just said, back to the basics, back to the basics. And I think that's what happens is many times we get to whatever level it is, EVP, SVP, NSD, SNSD, okay, team leader, and we need to continue to have the mindset. See, that's what I heard today from Bernice and from everybody else, is that they still yet have that fresh new outlook like you were when you were a new recruit, going back to the basics. And boy, guys, when you stick with the basics, you just can't go wrong. Milan, so proud of you. We'll get you on. Please get a hold of Steve Jenkins and let's make sure and get you on there to tell your story. Hey guys, I'm at 2 minutes over, but hang here with me. I just want to mention a couple of announcements. The daily business overview is now extended. I know that many of your hierarchies are also doing some, and that's fantastic. Okay, stay plugged into those. I'm not discouraging that at all. It's fantastic. But as long as we're having 100 people a day on here, I don't know why that we want to quit. So the daily business overview that Steve Jenkins is helping head up, which is really company-wide, will be extended till the 1st of July. The 10 by 10, last week we announced it's extended until year end. The bonuses that we announced for the rep level, the 100-pound bonus, even if you're brand new this month, still go do 1,000 pounds of business, 3 personal recruits. Again, it's 1,000 of activated business. Then you'll also be able to still get in on that bonus for June. I'm going to be having a special meeting with our advisory group. We're going to be redoing the advisory group as we go into the second half of 2020. And we're going to discuss about bonuses moving forward. Should we maybe just do a bonus instead of a trip? Because right now, guys, we don't know how we're going to be able to travel, okay? And by the way, guys, thank you to all of you that have been so patient, so kind to Victoria and the cruise line. Listen, I understand people are, there's unsure, we don't know if we're going to be going right now, but we're going to be going eventually. It might be next year, whatever, okay? But, if you're focused on your business, that 1,000 pounds, whatever it is, guys, is, I mean, it's not that you're going to lose it, but it's not like it should be a big deal to you if you just go out on a couple of scoops and a couple of carrybacks and get your business going. That's the whole purpose of these trips, is that you can make enough money to go on your own trips, or to come together with us. So again, the bonuses, this will be the last month that we do this particular bonus. It was for April, May, and June. Okay. If I'm wrong on that, Mark, please come on and let me know, okay, if I'm saying anything wrong.
Right.
Guys, we were supposed to have our convention this week, okay? Obviously, it's been delayed until next year. However, I've got some good news for you. I've got sitting here in the studio, I think it's 17 EVP plaques that we never could present. We were getting ready to do them at the convention. We had all kinds of announcements for you for the new website. I've got an announcement for you. I've just finished up a new book called Against All Odds, the remarkable true story of how a street kid became a millionaire. You guys are gonna love it. You're gonna love the pictures in there of the, this was our trip to go see Art Williams, several of the leaders. This is the founding EVPs, and here was the Christmas party last year, 2019 was the last time that we met as a group. And we have a picture in there, as well as the whole story about where Genistar came from. I think it's going to become hopefully a bestseller. The foreword is done by Art Williams. So we're planning to come out with that in the next couple of weeks also. And guys, we have some convention things that we're going to be rolling out sometime in July. So be looking for an online convention, but we're going to probably end up doing it in July, which will be to celebrate the first half of 2020. So here's my encouragement to you. Let's go take Ginormous June and make it your Ginormous June, so that the recognition that we're giving guys next month, that we're interviewing you on here about how that you went from wherever you're at, from it might be good, it might be bad, but you know what? It could be from bad to good, and then if you're doing good, from good to great. Guys, I hope that you all have a fantastic next couple of weeks. Next Monday will be Gareth Morgan on here giving us some coaching. You heard from Mary Lou about what that did for her. And again, we got some great programs coming up for you. Have a fantastic week. Bye-bye.